Me handsome. So today we have a very different video. So as you can see, I've got my cauliflower here and I'm looking to measure how many basically steaks I can get out of this because I need 2. While I am chopping through that, we are going to be prepping the next part. So we're going to be making a pea puree. So we've got pea, a little bit of mint in there, chuck that in there, salt, pepper, water, get that on the boil. Now, if you haven't worked it out already, because you probably wouldn't be able to work it out from the amount of details I've given you, because I've not given you a lot, we are doing a slightly different episode here, slightly different playlist. So hey, we've got our cauliflower steaks here. As you can see, nice, thick, lovely steaks there. We are going to season them and we are going to put oil in there and get them on the heat. They will be basted a bit later and herbs will be added, but right now we're just going to get that initial colour on them. But this video is going to be the first of the playlist, which is going to be restaurant dishes. So dishes that, were I to have a restaurant, I would absolutely put these on the menu. We're still going to keep them as wing appropriate as possible, hence why we've kept with cauliflower here. But this is something I really enjoy doing. You know, for many years being a part of that sort of culinary industry, I've really enjoyed making menus, recipes, all sorts. So I thought, why not add that to the channel? But hey, let's get back to it. So as you can see, we have seasoned them both sides. We've oiled it. We've popped that on the heat. Peas have been cooked. I say cooked, more blanched, so they've not been cooked for very long. So we're just going to add a little bit, sprinkle more salt there. They are going to be drained and we are going to blitz them. So we have got vegan butter as well, which we're going to pop in there as well. That I find gives it a touch of creaminess as well. It keeps it vegan friendly as well, because as we know, we like to do our vegan Wednesdays. So these are vegan friendly dish. And that will just be blitzed up so we get a nice, look at that, bright, fragrant puree. Now I've made this quite runny because I let this cool down a bit. I don't want this too hot. I think when you have it too hot, it takes away some of the flavour from it. So we're going to let that cool down, which will thicken it slightly. But while that's happened, we have coated our cauliflower nicely. We're just going to go on with a bit more seasoning there. And as you can see, the colour has come up really nicely, which is what we're looking for here. Too high a heat, colours far too quickly. Too low, takes too long, and it might damage the cauliflower. Now we're going to go in with the butter and we're going to start to baste these steaks to get them really nice, tender, get all that flavour in there as well. So you can see the pan is lovely and hot. Tilt the pan to one side and just scoop that butter. Now, you'll put this back on the heat and you will continue to do this throughout, but I'm just giving a slight little demonstration there as to what we are doing. So for the next part, we have got some simple, lovely cabbage. We are just going to slice that one very thinly, pop that in a pan there. It looks like a lot in there, but it will wilt down. It will look a lot smaller once it is being cooked. And again, bit of oil in there. Salt, pepper, get that one on the heat. This one, I would put on a slightly lower one, because we want that cabbage, the cabbage is still raw at this minute, we want that just to wilt down nicely, slowly, take in all the flavours, and then we will go in with a higher heat a bit later on. And of course I added that butter there. As you can see there, we've got mint as well, and we're just going to make this here. Basically, mint, oil, salt, pepper, really easy. And we've got some almonds on the go. So these are just going to be toasted. So we've got them in the pan, get them on a high heat, get them nice and crispy. Now we get to the fun part, the plating up of the dish. So we've got our plates there. I'm going to zoom out because we've got 2 plates, because when it comes to things like this, consistency is key. And at this point in time, I was cooking for myself and my wife. So we got the plates ready. We're going to go straight in with the cabbage, a nice little circle in the middle there. Now, If you want to be really precise, you can use some cutters and pop that on there, pile the cabbage in there so it goes in that circle. I like the slight rusticness to this and it keeps it fairly central. Good amount of cabbage in the middle there. This will be the base for our cauliflower. And again, with this, it's all about timing. I have slowed this down massively, but the quicker you can do it, the quicker, obviously, it would be in a restaurant, but the quicker, the hotter the food is, the more fresher it is. But for the purposes of this, I have slowed it right down. Next, we are going to grab the cauliflower. Now, I do remember when we filmed this, the cauliflower wasn't playing particular ball, and we had to get one of the palette knives out to help scoop that one out. But here we come along with it. And that's the one that wasn't playing particular ball, but as you can see, look how nice it's coloured. You can also see that slight gleam which the butter gives it. Really nice and tasty. But these are the things I love to do on a daily basis. These little dishes. The What More Can I Do playlist, I absolutely love doing that. It's a bit of fun, but these are the real heart and soul of things I like to do to try and push myself, make tasty dishes that are of a very good quality, which is what I like to do. Next, we're going to go on with that puree. As you can see, it has thickened up a little bit. We're going to go with 3 dots of that. We tend to go with 3. 3 looks a lot more appealing to the eye. I was always taught to work in odd numbers. And now we're going to sprinkle some of those nice toasted almonds on. So as you can see, they've coloured really nicely. They'll give a big bit of depth, almost a rich, hearty taste to it. I'm just making up words as I go along here, but they will add a significant amount of flavour to this, that almost crispness that you want in a dish like this, where at the moment it's just soft, 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 the crispness. Now we're going to go on with that sort of mint vinaigrette that we made earlier. This will bring that freshness and a different taste bud altogether to it. We've got our creaminess and our puree. We've got our almost burnt flavouring, that toasted flavouring I should say, from the almonds. We've got that nice roasted flavour from the cauliflower. Now we've got that light, vibrant, vinegary taste from the mint there. And that's basically it there. Really simple to do. Ta for watching, guys. Take care.